Ladies and gentlemen, the truth we're about to unfold to Edwin is quite something, so hold on to your heart. Little Crow looked like a child who lost their toy, while the Cat King thought Edwin might react, but all he got was "I'm not your toy." He just wanted to bring out the little crow, but it met its owner as it was leaving forward. The witch saw her plans unraveling and got angry. If the little crow was useless, time to change her back. Meanwhile, Edwin started sharing the truth when they were blasted away by a mysterious force, and a giant glowing monster popped up. Then the witch, like a punctual taxi driver, walked out and revealed Yaleen, the creature she summoned from the wild, her face full of teeth. Yaleen opened wide, its tongue eagerly planning breakfast as if it was waiting for the three to come serve themselves. With just a poke from the witch, Yaleen obeyed and quickly wrapped the two ghost boys up in vines like expertly handling a lemon. Suddenly, the black girl, like a lost duck, stumbled into a foreign land, encountering those three creepy eyeballs again. But this time fearless, she stared at the eyeballs and ended up in a bizarre place, where black ladies chilled under a tree, sipping tea. Turns out they were her ancestors. She had no time for chat and urgently asked how to regain her powers, and her ancestor casually told her. Her powers always existed, hidden in her mind, waiting to be discovered. The black girl nodded, semi-understanding. Suddenly returning, she bursts with power, knocks down the witch, sticks her hands in soil, connecting with ancestors' might. She linked with Yaleen like a Wi-Fi connection and declared confidently, "The witch cannot control you. Don't you, darling?" As soon as she spoke, the vines loosened, leaving the witch dumbfounded. Yaleen apologized, then dragged the witch over with vines, both plummeting into the soil, a heavenly surprise. But sadly, the witch isn't going anywhere. Not long after the trio had left, an arm shot out from the ground like a returning from hell moment. Covered in dirt, the witch awkwardly surfaces, grumbling without her meddling. The ghost boy would be Yaleen's feast. She grabbed the Kitty King and instantly turned back into a cat, then appeared behind the witch, mocking her gnaw. He planned to conquer Edwin with a mushroom. The witch suddenly hatched a new plan, with anger boiling inside her, though her current target was not an easy one. With a smack, she knocked the Kitty King out. Facing the witch, he fell like an innocent lamb. But then, a little cat popped out from the corpse. That's right, cats have 9 lives, and this was her third. The witch, fresh from a bath, rushed to a magical shop to buy parts from a book, assemble a machine, and extract Edwin's pain. A full-fledged mad scientist. In her eyes, the ghost's pain was like delicious chocolate, and Edwin's pain was just like energy drinks. Couldn't get better. Upon hearing such a cruel plan, the walrus both flatly refused, his face screaming not happening. But the witch drew out the sharp knife from her staff, threatening to turn him into fish bait if he didn't comply. Back home, the witch started assembling her machine, using the little crow's soul for practice. When it started, the crow's cry transformed into magic power. In that instant, she felt as if she had regained her 18-year-old youth. Such a sensation was simply unbelievable. But the energy was insufficient, so the witch targeted Edwin, a night nurse who collects wandering souls. But this time, her target was tricky two remarkably powerful ghost boys. So the witch personally came to the human realm, facing quite the challenge this time. She waved her hand, nearly suffocating the woman in front, then vanished instantly after getting the info. Then she arrived at the beach, waiting for her apprentices, and soon 2 ghost boys appeared, initially planning to deal with the sea monster, but a night shift nurse popped up unexpectedly. The black girl, being a medium, wanted to scare off the nurse with her powers, but the nurse's world was full of skeletons and monsters, which surprised her. Tensions were rising on both sides, and Charles pulled out a cricket bat from his magical backpack, ready to have a showdown with the nurse. However, the nurse used her magic to pull out Charles' memories from life, revealing just how painful they had been. Turns out he was bullied by his classmates, who ruthlessly threw him into icy waters during the bitter winter, and eventually he perished from hypothermia. Such a heart-wrenching tragedy. Then the nurse returned to Charles' home, where his father was an abusive bully, beating him for the slightest inconvenience. Charles seemed sunny, but had a tough life. The nurse advised, "This world's miserable. Reincarnate in Underworld." In a rage, Charles fought back, hurling a magic ball at the nurse, which ended up knocking her straight into the sea, and the giant sea monster waiting in the ocean opened its mouth wide, ready for a feast. But did the nurse just log off? Absolutely not. No way. Not only was she doing well inside the monster, but she also surprisingly discovered a man in there. The man advised the nurse to go with the flow, as she had been living there for a long time, feeling nothing wrong with it. He held the nurse's hands tightly, wishing to share his strength, but the nurse was fascinated by the ring on his hand. "Where did you get those colorful rings?" The man replied that she had lived many lives. Each ring represented a unique story, meaning he had countless tales to tell. Then, he tightly held the nurse's hand tenderly and, turning to the monster, shouted at him in a slightly accented, salty English, "I'm really sorry, but could you please let my friend here go first? After you finish, just go and have a good rest." The sea monster actually agreed to his request, slowly surfacing. What a perfect collaboration.